Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to this webinar on high-performing product recommendation strategies. I'll just give a couple of minutes for people to join the room. I'll then introduce myself and my colleague Petra, but in the meantime, you should be able to see a chat on your right hand side. If you go ahead and just let us know you're here, where you're from, and a little bit of information about yourselves first, and then we'll get going. And yeah, thank you, Rachel, for kind of starting that out. Rachel would have been doing the welcome today, as she usually does, much more eloquently than I ever could. But she's a little under the weather, so I have stepped in on her behalf. So thank you very much for doing this, Rachel, and hope you are feeling better soon. I think we've also got some emojis that you can use in here. So, if there's anything kind of standing out, or you just want to say something nice to Petra and me, please go ahead and do that as well. So, hi, Puni. Nice to have you here. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Julie. Plenty of people coming online now, so we'll just give it another minute and then we'll get going. Hi, Tricia. All right, so we're a couple of minutes past, so I think we can get going now. So as I said, thank you for joining the webinar today. My name's Chris Edge. I head up the Global Customer Success team here at Klevu. The Customer Success team, I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. But I'm also joined by my colleague, Petra. Petra, do you want to give you a quick introduction to yourself?
Hi, I'm Petra, and I'm a Nordic customer success, but I do have customers all over the world for Klevu, and I'm here to help out and talk with you.
Okay, so just a little bit of housekeeping. As you're kind of getting used to that now. There is a chat section here. You can ask questions in the question and answer section. These are private, but you can use the chat to ask questions, which we'll answer. There's going to be two times where we're going to do some Q&As. I'm going to present some information about recommendations analytics. We'll kind of pause then if you've got any questions, comments about that. Then Petra is going to take you through a recommendations audit. So what would a customer success manager here at Klevu look for when you are looking to implement recommendations? And she's actually going to do that on a live site of one of Klevu's sites. So hopefully, even if you're not a Klevu customer, there should be some insights into what you can use on your own sites as well. So amazing. Let me sort some screens out and I will start the presentation. Okay, if I share this screen. And move that into presentation mode with a bit of luck. Hopefully you can see my screen. So yeah, the purpose today is looking at high performing product recommendation strategies. So what we've got, so my name's Chris. I head up the Global Customer Success team. I'll talk to you a little bit about customer success and what we do, kind of a little bit of how we do it. recommendations is one of 3 core products that we have at Klevu. So we have quite a few customers using our recommendations product. And what we've done is we've taken a look at all of the stats, click rates, conversion rates, and usage, and come up with some information about how each individual strategy, where it is on the pages, etc., are performing. So hopefully some great insights there. I'm then going to hand it over to Petra. She's going to talk you through how we look at recommendations audits here at Clavio, how we recommend things to our customers, and then we'll open up the floor at the end to have a chat to you guys. So basically, first of all, customer success. What do we do? So we've said that customer success is the heart of everything we do at Clavio, and we aim to do exactly that. So it's our job as customer success managers at Clavio to make sure you understand, you know what you bought from Clavio, you understand how the products work, how the algorithms work, how you can more effectively use and adopt the products that you have, but also working with you strategically and operationally to make sure we're not just here to sell you the software and have a good experience, see a little uptick in conversion rates. We're always striving to continue to drive the conversion rates, to drive the per session values, and we're doing that through a series of touch points with our customers. And it's really all about making sure we're diving into the analytics. We're knowing, hey, look, you've got this issue perhaps on this particular page or with these keywords. We've seen this issue previously with our other clients. We recommend implementing strategy A, strategy B to get to the next successful stage of your Clavio life cycle. So it's really all about being proactive, helping you understand the product, and essentially being an additional member of your team. So it's our job to basically make sure that you're successful with Clavio. You hopefully stay with us a long time, and with a bit of luck, you tell all your friends in your e-commerce space how great we are, and we're happy to recommend Clavio to all your clients. So that's kind of the customer success team. So coming on to the point of today's webinar, and that's all about recommendations. So there's lots of different companies that sell recommendations, lots of different ways in which they're implemented, lots of different ways in which the strategies on certain pages are done. At Klevu, recommendations form part of our core product discovery suite. So along with our search and our category merchandising, we've got touch points across all aspects of your site. So we're continually watching what people are searching for, what they're browsing for, what they're clicking, and what they're buying. And that allows us to really start to make lots of different relationships between search terms, between browsers and products, and what people buy. And our product recommendations, it's all accessed via the KMC. And we've designed this to be as easy as possible to implement onto your site. So the first thing that we need to kind of figure out, and some of you guys who have got the recommendations, you may have seen demos about this. It's really a wizard type environment. You simply select the page that you want to show. So that could be the home page. So it could be trending products and newest arrivals. It could be on a category or a collection page, a product page when people come through into the detail, but also kind of the checkout and the cart page as well. So we can hopefully look at cross-selling additional items into the cart page. So the first thing I do is simply select which page I want the recommendation to go on. And then I want to define the logic in which we want to display. So there are 6 different types of logic. So the first one is trending products. So as I mentioned, Clavio touches a lot of the user journey, but we know what people are searching for right now. We know what they've been searching for the past couple of days as opposed to a month or so ago. So we can dynamically change these products based on that user behavior. So kind of trending products, what's hot right now, what's driving people to traffic, and that could well be kind of immediate social media promotions that you've been doing. It could be AdWords that are being driven to particular products. We can detect those products that surge in that user behavior and automatically add those as a trending product. We then got trending products for you, which is where personalization comes in. So if I've been on the site before and it's detected that I'm a male and I mostly look for clothing that is black within a particular price range, we can start to detect those signals, those user behaviors on the site, and change the products trending exactly for you. There's also things like newest arrivals. So basically, what's new? How can I help people discover the new products that we've got? The recently viewed. So if I've been on your site before and I've, thought, yeah, maybe I like that product, but I'm going to see if I can buy it cheaper somewhere else, if I can get it faster delivered somewhere else. I've not been able to do that. I've come back to the site, but again, I can't quite remember where it was. The recently viewed products just help you stimulate that user behavior, drives them back to the product, and hopefully increases the conversion rate. Hand-picked products, it's basically exactly that. Now, this is, we don't see this in many other recommendations, but can be really useful for if you've got sets of hero products. You're driving people to store, you're driving people to the site, you want to show them very particular products. Hand-picked products allow you to do that. And then also bought together, people who buy this dress will buy the cardigan, the shoes, the handbag, etc. So some of those should be probably pretty familiar with you. The trending products, the personalized and the hand-picked products, probably a little bit more unique to the offering that's coming from Clavio. So based on all of that data, we then looked at all of our customers who are using, just before I move on to that, once you've selected all of that, it's then a very simple way of defining a template. So we have a graphical user interface that you can, change colors. You can add banners and carousels and all that kind of good stuff. Then once you're ready, you generate this div, and then the recommendation strategy that you've got will then be active as soon as you place that code onto the page. So really simple, really straightforward. Define your page that you want it on, define the logic, play around with the colors and the CSS within our interface, and then you generate the one line of code that goes onto the site. So once we've got all that, it's then kind of analyzing through all of our customer data how people are using it, where are they seeing the click-through rates, where are they seeing particular conversion rates. So the first graph that I've got here, so basically the higher the segment, the more customers have used those recommendations. So what we can see here are the type of recommendations and where we are seeing them. So what we can see here in the blue segment here, which is kind of just over a quarter of all our users, they use similar products on a product detail page. We've also got bought together on a checkout page, and then followed by others also viewed on a product page. Now, this is probably pretty classic recommendation strategies. These will be very familiar. I'm sure you've all seen them before, and this is borne out in the stats here. Most people are implementing quite familiar, quite well-trusted strategies. We're then following this up by the trending on the category in the home page, and then the hand-picked on the home and the checkout, but again in a couple of places there as we kind of tailor off with other strategies. Now, ideally, recommendations shouldn't be needed, if people have got to the right page through other methods. But once they are clicked, it's all about kind of showing the right recommendation. So which banners have the highest click rate, and from that, which banners have the highest conversion rate. So we've seen most of the products, most of the strategies are very familiar. About 2/3 are the classical recommendation strategies. But when when we kind of look a bit further through and we look at which one of these strategies then get clicked through most, we see quite a different outcome. So again, the higher the segment, the higher the click-through rate. So an interesting thing that we're seeing here is the strategies that get clicked most are handpicked on the checkout and handpicked on the category page. We're then seeing trending on the category and the home page, and then trending personalized mostly on the category pages, but also on the home pages. They're seeing the vast majority or the highest click-through rates, even though when we look back, they're not the most used strategies. So I thought that was something quite interesting that we saw kind of straight away. We maybe didn't expect that. But when you kind of dig down into this a little bit further, you start to kind of realize, the handpicked on the checkout, this could well be products that you're promoting elsewhere. It could have been surfaced to people through various different methods that has then brought you to the site. So it kind of does make sense a little bit when you're seeing these on the category. Certainly the trending, if I've landed on a product detail page, maybe I've come through Google, it's not quite the product that I'm looking for, and that's very often the case. Google will decide which product detail page you land on. So the trending products, what are we using with the machine learning from the rest of your clients to figure out, well, we know this particular product is X, what's trending around that product, what's similar in its category, what's trending on our homepage. So just a very big shift on the click-through rates. And then even kind of further, when we look at the conversion rates, the handpicked is by far and away the highest converted logic that we see at Klevu. So again, a big shift here from what we would see on the product pages, etc. Handpicked on the category, handpicked on the home and the checkout are all having the highest conversion rates. Brought together on checkout, again, very familiar. We're detecting, the cross-sell opportunities and, think people who have bought this can also buy this. So again, a very good conversion rate there. And again, the trending products, the Klevu machine learning on the homepage and the category, once they get clicked on, they convert quite well. So you can just see the same colors kind of side by side for click-through and conversion rate. So quite interesting there. Clear winners with the hand-picked, the trending that they're brought together. Really insightful when we first looked at this kind of set of data to see how people are using this and where they are having the best success. So that's kind of some analysis of what we're doing with Klevu. Hopefully it's given you something to think about. But before I hand it over to Petra, any questions from anybody on anything I've just presented there? And go ahead, feel free to go ahead and type that in the search box. Okay, so Paneet has asked, is this data available to merchants on their Klevu dashboards once they have Klevu live on their site? Now, so this data here has been pulled from a collection of Klevu customers, but you will see your own individual strategies. You'll see all the information about click rates, conversion rates, revenue, etc. All the things that you would expect to see within the Klevu Merchant Center. So Kelly asks, what's the best way in Clavio to measure those click-through rates and conversion rates? So again, Kelly, all available within the Clavio Merchant Center. Within your dashboards, this is all available for each individual strategy. And you can have, dozens of different strategies around the site. You will see all of that information automatically. And that kind of updates daily in there as well. All right. So it doesn't look like there's anybody else. So what I will do is I will hand over to Petra, who will talk you through how, as customer success managers, we would do a recommend audits on the site. So hopefully you should be able to take some things away here for your sites as well. All right. Uh, Petra, over to you, if I can work this.
Yes, hello and welcome everybody, even the ones who came in a bit late. Now we have a new question. Interesting that hand-picked products converted best. I led to believe that the machine pick is the best product. Harry, do you want to answer that one, Chris?
Yeah, sure. And it's interesting for us as well. It's something that that we didn't well, certainly not expect, but I think that the reason I said the reason why is that these hand-picked products may well be have been promoted elsewhere. It could be a collection of things. It could be a new range. You may have seen them in other places. And if you're driving traffic specifically to the site there, a hand-picked category, yeah, that's the product. So yeah, it was interesting to us, Harry, when we saw that as well.
Yes, good point. You can use the pin and excluding to do the mix of both many categories. That's so true. I will go through with you. I have a Lecot, Belgium customer that we do have. They don't have the recommendations today, but they will have soon. And I did an audit for them a couple of months ago, where we talked about how to think. So I'm going to show you how I used to think when it comes to Lecot. And I will start with the homepage. And with the information that Chris just made, the handpicked was a shock for us all, and it depends on what products are you picking as a handpicked. If I'm picking products that are like the lowest seller in my store that nobody wants, no, you won't get them sold, even with the recommendation banner. I'm so sorry. But for the first page, I do recommend when I look, I see how does the first page present you as a company? Do you have products? If I go to e-commerce worldwide or wherever, I want to buy something, I do look for products. And here's some products on this page. So for Lecotte, I recommend that they have a trendy products recommendation banner at the top of the page, because I do see in the Google Analytics and in the stats that people are looking for products in their store. They are using the search to pick specific products. Lecotte is in an industry with like drill machines and technology stuff. So they have picky clients. Picky customers know exactly what they want. So trending products would be great there. Also to have maybe a recommendation banner lower for newest arrival or hand-picked products to just show this I know that is trending because of the season or because I know that they are building a big house and they need this. It depends on the market and the branch that you are in. But one or two recommendations banner on the homepage, trending, handpicked, or new latest arrival, newest arrivals. To move further, we have the categories. I picked one of their brands that they are selling, Blåkläder. Uh, Here they have a lot of products, and you need to scroll and you scroll and you scroll, and then you find the best sellers. For clothes, it is a fast moving business all the time. What's popular today is not popular tomorrow. So there you need to use like the recommendations banner for the trending at the moment. So trending products for the categories would be great. Newest arrival, if you have seasonal categories like this you only use for the summertime, like bath, pools, stuff like that. They are not trending in the wintertime, but people are still looking for it and still buying it. But trending products at the moment live with the AI that you don't have to think. That's the best way that I do recommend. If you have smaller, like seasonal, like Flying Tiger have here, the Halloween is upcoming, and you do buy skulls in the springtime too, but maybe not like spiders and stuff like that. You never know, but mostly not. To have the newest arrivals on the Happy Halloween category would be perfect because they don't have got the information yet to the AI. If you just put up a product in Klevu, it takes a couple of days before we have the information if it's trending, if it's most bought, most clicked. So newest arrival on the seasonal or maybe the clothes, bikini, trousers, whatever products you have. That's what we recommend. To find out why or which one I want to use, I look at a lot of numbers. I look at the bounce rate on the category. I look in the Clavio admin to see how are people searching? What words are they searching for? If they're searching for Halloween, what is the most common word they are searching for together? And then I make the decision which one is the best one for this category. If you have a category merchandiser with Klevu, you will always have the most relevant products on the top. So maybe a handpicked or also bought together could fit perfect in that category. How do you detect new arrivals or the information provided to Klevu as an attribute? It can be the both. You can have a new arrivals as an attribute, but we have a logic in the recommendations for the newest arrival that you put up in the feed that we read. Um, there's another example for category pages with the drills. Maybe here you would have to show similar products for the drill machines because the top product is probably the most clicked, the most bought already. Uh, let's move on for the product pages. And Chris showed you that the handpicked was the most popular for the conversion rate and for the possibility to get clicks on products. Why this is, I think we should find out soon, but we hope to figure it out. But as far as we know, handpicked products, the similar products are really good. They are useful for you, but there is some better ways to also bought together. Because if I'm looking at maybe this one on Flying Tiger, a skull, an anatomic model for a skull, I probably won't buy a game or something else that they have on Flying Tiger. I probably would look for similar. And they put up also viewed together, also viewed. So the people who looked at Scald, they also looked at this heart or this all the medical things that Flying Tiger have. So also viewed, trending for you, and similar products are really good. Also viewed is the one I should recommend for Flying Tiger and for Lecotte, because if you are looking at this drill, you probably will look in another one too and see which one is the best. On the categories that you have that's maybe don't have so many products, for Lecotte, they have a couple of categories that don't have so many products. I wouldn't recommend to put up a recommendation banner for that category. I would probably choose to put up maybe trending products like all over the store. This is the trending products we have, but we also have the ones you're looking for in the category. But that depends on the bounce rate on that page. and that you can see in the Google Analytics. The most popular one, and that all people are talking about, is the checkout banner. As we saw, the handpicked in the checkout is the most converting banner of them all. I want to show you something that I think is really, really smart. Flying Tiger has it. It's used by the handpicked recommendation from Klevu. If I add this bag, they have a dropout, and they have a recommendation banner with only one product in their bag. Everyday essentials. It's a handpicked product, and they change it. In this case, it's batteries, because all people needs batteries, especially for this product. When I move on, I see my bag, so I can do a checkout for the skull that I want to have, but I also have the frequently bought together. So people who's buying this skull also buying the ghost and the heart and this flag. They also put in an extra one in the checkout page to make the conversion go even better, and that's Don't Forget Us. The Don't Forget Us banner is a hand-picked banner on Flying Tiger, and that where they handpick products that are popular at the moment. You can also choose to have a trending products on this page, just to show, pick this one. But I would recommend to use like a filtering handpicked to get, if you are buying a skull for 15 pounds, you probably won't buy something for 150 as an extra in the checkout. So think about the price and think as your customer, not as your professional products experts that you are. Any questions? So far, so good. When I do an audit with the customer that I have, I do a lot of digging in the numbers. I look at the page, how does it look? I look in the Google Analytics and mostly in Clavio Admin to check out what are people doing on the page? Where do they bounce? Why? I'm trying to figure out, why do they bounce? Didn't they find what they were looking for? I use the keywords with 0 results a lot to find out what are people looking for. I also use the Google Analytics to find out what products do I have that had a lot of views, but nobody is buying it. And that's where I put the most focus on to put up a recommendation banner. How do we get an audit from you? And is there an additional cost for that? Well, you do need to have a customer success manager from Klevu to get it. And it's mostly our enterprise customers who has it.
However, Kathy, having said that, the fact that you've taken the time out to join this webinar, if you want to get in touch with myself, my details over there, I will get somebody from the team to do that audit for you. And that I'll extend that invite out to everybody on the call now. And I believe that there should be a link in there so you can go ahead and fill out, and we'll be in touch.
It is a lot of exciting, and it's different because it depends on what kind of products you have in your store, on what recommendation banners you should use. And it's really, really important that I do say a lot to my customers. You have to stop thinking as an e-commerce manager when you do the recommendations. You have to start thinking as a customer. What would I buy instead of I like my new products? That's a good advice to move forward.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that, Petra. So yeah, I've gone through a few numbers there. I think Petra's given you some great insights into looking around your site and judging where and when to put a recommendations banner in and the strategy to use, then hopefully you've found some insights that you can go ahead and look on your own site, or kind of looking at putting new strategies onto the site if you already have the Klevu recommendations. But yeah, we're here, so we're happy to take any further questions. Just type them into the chat box there.
I see we got a question from Kathy, and just send in the information, and me and Chris will take a look at you and see what we can help you with about upgrading. Thank you,
I'm
Kathy.
glad you enjoyed it, Kathy. Question for me: what would be your top tips for retailers approaching peak trading? Yeah, good question. I mean, there's lots of things you can do, not just around recommendations. I think we've talked quite a lot there, but it's really making sure that your site is optimized for product discovery. Start looking now at things like search exits, for category page exits. Where are your pages? Where are people falling out of your site? That would indicate that there's an issue with the relevancy, either the relevancy on the site, or the products that people are looking for and searching for, they're not having a great experience there. So there's lots of easy wins that you can look at. There's things like zero results, there's search exits. Look at your searches with zero conversions. You can see that in Google Analytics. And then once you've started at zero conversions, where are my searches or category pages converting it? Not 0.25%, and then 0.5%, and work your way up. Always start at the bottom. That should be the easiest things to do, and then gradually work your way up. The data's there. It's just really a case of interrogating it, figuring it out why on your platform things may not be working the way it is, and then taking appropriate action. But always start at the bottom and work your way up, and that'll give you the biggest hit. All right. Well, it looks like there's nobody else typing a question. So I believe I'm pretty sure the link after we finish this will go out to all of you, so you can watch this again on demand. But I say, on behalf of Petra and I'd just like to thank you for taking the time out, and hopefully we will talk to some of you soon.
Yes. Julie wrote a question. I'd like to know an email address for who to contact.
Julie, is that for an audit? Okay, Julia, I'll just pop my email address in the chat. Feel free to contact me, and I will put you in contact with the right people.
Yes, I see. Marketing@clavio.com can also be used, and they will route you to the right person. So thank you so much, everybody, and hope to see you soon.
Cheers, guys.